Happy Friday, Sooner Nation. Welcome to the Sooner Surge for our nightly 9:30 live show. Yes, you heard that right, nightly. Each and every night, right here, same time, same place. We are on here for a live. You got the big game tomorrow, OU versus South Carolina. Oregon, Purdue playing right now. The Cowboys starting against BYU here. Got some Friday night football, but we're here to talk Saturday football. Good slate of games tomorrow. OU 11:45 first ever matchup against South Carolina. Can they turn the tide on offense? What's up, Jay?
What is up, man? Hey, you don't have any raps for us tonight, right?
I can bring some if need be, but we do have the phone line. The call-ins will be open tonight again.
Hey, Jerem, real quick, the OSU stuff. Did you see new starting quarterback and then the backup? I've never even heard of the backup. Never even heard of the guy. Famone says big debate tonight on other college football forums. Who wins, Oklahoma or Florida State? You know what? Florida State, just when you think they can't get any worse, they do.
It's an
And
embarrassment.
is that going to be tomorrow when you think OU's offense can't get any worse?
I don't know, but there's the call-in link. If you want to call in and talk to us and give us your take on something, there's the link. Brett, biggest question here. Yeah. Hallmark began the countdown to Christmas today. My wife
No
was watching.
way. Today?
Oh, absolutely. I had my Buffalo plaid shirt on today.
Did you watch one today?
I did not. My wife watched a couple.
Wow. It's too early, isn't it?
OU's offense is about as exciting as some of the plot lines on the Hallmark movies, but I'm here for them.
Hey, let me ask you this, Jaron, before we get into some OU talk. Mike Norvell, do they fire him after this year? Or do you? I don't think they do. I think they go as it's a wash because they missed on the portal, and they'll be. I don't think they do either. I think that'd be silly.
Brett, you're right. It's never too early for Hallmark Christmas. Absolutely love Hallmark movie. Yeah.
God bless Hallmark. Eric Blevin says, Famone Rosser, thanks for letting me know. I will block it. And Topher, the only reason I asked is I don't think there's any chance he gets fired. But I was wanting to see people's comments just to see if they were kind of like they do when OU, if it's the same way with Florida State. I know there's probably no Florida State fans on here, but
BYU's already got the lead. We got the Platon 20, if I'm saying that correct. A new Sooner Surge Unlimited member. Listen up, Platon 20. Email us right now at ousportsroundup@gmail.com. Again, ousportsroundup@gmail.com. And we'll send you a link so you can join the Discord. Thanks for joining, man.
Yeah, appreciate it. Big time. Big time. Thanks for helping us support the channel. Blake says, here's a question. Would you rather be Florida State and thought you were going to be good and just know you're off an hour? Would you want to be OU and think you could be good and are falling apart? Neither.
They're pretty
Blake.
similar. Same boat, and they're both sinking.
Hey,
can OU paddle?
Hunter, wait. Sorry. Hunter, horrible take. You cannot fire him after one bad year. Come on. He's been good every other year, Hunter. One bad year, man. I don't think you can fire him. Come on now. Come on, Hunter.
Lanning's doing better right now. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't understand why there's these hypothetical, would you take this guy over this guy like right now? Until something happens, it doesn't matter. The Platon 20 newest Sooner Surge Unlimited member says, if Latrell is fired after the season, what offensive recruits will we lose? I mean,
it depends. Depends who you brought in.
It depends on who comes in and who can talk to these guys. Jaden O'Neal was a big time to get for Seth Latrell. Emmett Jones solidified a lot of the recruits on the receiving end. I'm not sure, Jay. The 2027, is it Houston? Is that the guy's name that threw for like 800 yards in one game?
Yeah, the thing is, Platon 20 is the deal is who is when you talk about if Latrell gets fired and they go with somebody else, does that person then get rid of Bill Beaton? I mean, you'd have to see the waterfall effect in what happens. And Hunter, I will agree with you on one thing on the Norvell stuff. If the players have just totally quit and don't like him, then you would have to be forced to do something maybe.
You got to go.
It also could be just this year's players. I mean,
you got to go at that point. OU's on a downward path. Ron says, Jay, can they turn it around? can there be positives? I'm watching Oregon. I know Will Stein's offense. He's a young OC. He's got a really great offense. It's similar to something Levy ran, but there's so many wide receiver screens, and there's just so much room to run. I just don't understand how OU can't throw a quick pass and even have any room to run. It's crazy to me.
Hey, and I'm getting ready to say something, and some of the people that have been ripping me for a few weeks, maybe thanking me or maybe not thanking me, but we just recorded a video, Senior Surge Game Time. I'm gonna give you a little preview of it. I woke up today and I changed my pick. I don't know why. I don't know what's going through my brain. I don't know why I'm changing my pick to OU. It's because of this. If there's ever a time to rise up and win an SEC game, it's tomorrow. If there's ever a time, you're not going to win any. I mean, right now, this would be the only game you're favored in the rest of the year other than Maine. If you're ever going to get enough points to win a game, I think it's Saturday. Listen, it's homecoming. It's at Oklahoma. I'll just say this. If you lose this game, pitiful.
Well, Jay.
Pitiful. And I may, people may say, Jason, how can you pick them right now? How can you pick? I don't know how I can pick them. I don't know why I'm picking them, but I'm picking them. Okay.
Well, watch the video tomorrow because you'll find out who I pick. And I'll just go ahead and say it. I got South Carolina 1916. Okay. Jay is jumping on the bandwagon.
I'm not on the bandwagon. I'm hanging on with one hand trying to catch it, and we'll see if I stay on. I might fall off before tomorrow.
Mine's reverse psychology. Jay, Ron brings up an interesting question. And Ron thinks that he sees half the defensive guys are just going to quit.
But here's the thing.
I don't think so. These guys, I just can't see that happening.
Here's the thing, Jerm. The offense you're playing against isn't very good.
No, it's a very talented quarterback. He's got great size. He can run and throw, but he makes a lot of mistakes, Jay. They got to get after him. If OU can get up on them, here's the thing. Big if. But if OU can get up on South Carolina, they're not a come-from-behind team.
Hey, and I want to answer Famon's question. Here's the thing. We've addressed this before. We go pregame live. We go instant reaction right after the game live, and then we still do a 9:30 at night live. And the fact of the matter is this. I've seen some shows where people are streaming during the game. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's fun to watch. And nobody wants to watch me watching a game. It's not fun. And I don't really want to stream myself for 3 hours watching the game. We're on here plenty before and after, and I just don't think it's good content, to be honest with you. And maybe some people do, but I don't.
I don't like the Barstool Sports things where they show guys watching games. I don't want to watch guys watch games. Like, I want to watch the game. David Stone should be good to go. I hope we see a little more of them. We'll see. Richard's very confident, win by 30.
Hey,
Jay,
Danny, first off,
Jay never mentioned anyone's name.
I didn't mention anyone's name, and I don't even watch hardly any OU Sooner content. And the fact of the matter is, I don't know who streams games and who doesn't. I didn't know Onikuno streamed games. I'm not calling out anybody.
I did. I'm pretty sure you knew that, but I did know, but I'm not calling him out. I said Barstool Sports. You're telling me right now you didn't know it? That's hilarious.
No. Before I didn't know Jared. Before I've seen like one or two back years ago. I didn't know he still did it.
With what we know now, if you could spin it back, I like the terminology. Spin it back to the Auburn game. Would you start Arnold and only use Hawkins as change of pace? No, here's the deal, Ron. Because of how bad Arnold was against Tennessee and how they looked better and more organized and under control with Hawkins against Tennessee, you had to go Hawkins against Auburn. You just had to. Now, would I, looking back after last week, would I say maybe they could do some change of pace things? Possibly, yeah, moving forward. But here's what I think. You're only going to see Arnold if Hawkins struggles badly in the first quarter.
I would kind of agree with that, Jeremy. You have 100+ what?
Yes.
No.
Yes. I think they get a long run by Tatum.
Wait, is this by a running back or just in general?
a running back. I think they're going to get a 50-plus run by Taylor Tatum. So the stats will be a little skewed.
I think this is going to be a low-scoring game.
I agree with Clyde. If this is a 3-3 game at half, you'll see a different quarterback, in my opinion. OSU just scored. Wrangle ringing it up. This is about the time of year Mike Gundy figures things out.
Yeah, I don't know how anybody could sit on here and say, specifically you, Jeremy, that they're going to have a 100-yard rusher. And then
I already told you, if you run a 50-plus yard run, Jay,
but why?
Shut up. And then the rest of the game, you get 20 carries for 50 yards. That's 100 yards, Jay.
What are you basing it off of, Jeremy? This is game 7. They haven't done it.
Their edge rushers fly up the field. You can get something on a draw play or some kind of misdirection.
You would have to scheme that up, Jeremy.
Or break a tackle.
Hasn't happened much this year.
He got a 13-yard run against Texas.
13 and 50? Are you comparing those two? You got to be kidding me.
I think he may break
oh my gosh.
one.
Hey, you know what? Mike Hawkins, he may throw for 500 tomorrow because he threw for 150 one game. He might throw for 500. It's pretty close comparison.
Okay, so you've never seen a running back on a bad team break something and get a long run?
I have. I just don't know
what
you're basing on. I mean, this is all opinions anyway. Who cares, dude?
Don't bash me for saying one long run.
Ooh, feisty Friday for Jeremy.
Dude. You act like it's impossible. You sit here and lie on the camera. It's ridiculous. Act like you don't know things. I'm done with it.
Feisty Friday for Jeremy.
Act like you don't know things. I'm done with it.
You don't know what I know, so whatever.
Oh, I absolutely do, because you talked to me about it.
Okay, dude. Wow. Better yet, they haven't allowed a 100-yard rusher this year.
OU will not. I didn't say they're going to have a 100-yard rusher. Did I?
You just said Tatum.
I said you asked if they're going to get 100 yards.
No, hold up. Just be quiet and listen for a second. The question asks, will they get 100 yards? And I said, you said Tatum, whatever. And I said, so listen. I said, so you're saying they're going to have a 100-yard rusher? And you said, yes, Tatum.
100 yards rushing, yes.
Okay, I don't need to put it in reverse. Everybody on there can go play it back later.
Go back and play it. I said they're going to get 100 yards rushing. Tatum's going to break one for 50-plus, and then they're going to have like 20 carries for 50 yards.
I specifically asked you a 100-yard rusher, and you said yes, but that's
100 yards rushing.
Okay, moving on. Forget about it. Jeez.
Hey, Richard, he's not going to be fired.
Thanks for clearing it up, Bobby.
He would
have
been fired last week.
Hey, the call-in link's in there if anybody wants to call in tonight.
Someone call in so I can stop talking as much.
Jeremy's feisty. I will warn you, if you call in, Jeremy's a little feisty tonight. Seems to be.
Well, you're going to get truth from me, so can't
what are you
promise
talking
that
about?
From Jay.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, go hit that like
button.
Call
me a liar?
Absolutely. Hit the like button.
Jeez.
Why does everybody want y'all's coaching staff fired? Well, because this is Oklahoma. 3 points is unacceptable. 100th in most offensive statistical categories is unacceptable. If you don't fire someone, you're saying, hey, we're good with this. We're okay with this kind of performance.
Yeah. Jeremy a little spicy tonight. Monty says it's a good thing they're not sitting together, KJ. It would be rock'em sock'em robots. No. Have we ever thrown a punch or pushed? Not really.
We did tag team a kid once back in the 8th grade.
I'm talking about me and you, Jerm.
Yeah, we tag team. Coming in hot tonight. It's game night. Game night eve.
2 weeks in a row with the early kick. You got 11:45, and then you got 11. By the way, the 11 o'clock at Ole Miss, I think, is a good thing.
Hey,
you don't want them
by the
tailgating
way, no, they're not going to get booed when they run that tunnel. Now, the first 3 not, there'll be some boo birds. Listen, you heard him last night. If I hear the word preparation one more time, I might just vomit.
Preparation tomorrow, huh? You're going to hear it after the game. It is. It is what it is.
All
So
he said yesterday on the coach's corner was, it's about our preparation. It's about our preparation. It's about our preparation. You know, the preparation's been there, and the preparations. Hey, Eric, Jay picked OU in this.
hey,
Not
Chuck,
me.
Chuck,
Not me.
Chuck. We just filmed a video, and I don't know why it's coming out of my mouth, but I'm picking OU. I'm picking OU. I haven't picked OU in 3 weeks. For some reason, I'm picking them. I can't explain it. I had a dream that they got killed by South Carolina, and I said, you know what? This can't be reality. They cannot be losing a home game to South Carolina at home, and they probably will. But I'm picking OU. You know what? Maybe it's me trying to put some positivity.
I
I don't
don't
know.
think I don't think BV's going to go down without swinging. I think they're going to have some fight.
Yeah, and well, Jer, I think everybody knows they'll have fight, but we got Cade on the line. What's up, Cade?
What's going on, guys? I was just going to let Jerm know that we're very well prepared this week. Our preparation's been great this week, and I think we're going to go out and drop 50.
Thanks, Seth. Appreciate it. Yeah. Hey, what in your mind though right now gets you thinking tomorrow they're going to get this job done on offense? Is there anything you go into this game and think, I'm kind of excited about seeing this on offense?
That tells it all right there.
I don't know. Man, maybe somebody just has a breakout game that we're not expecting. I don't know. I don't have much for you on that. I just wanted to let you know how prepared we were.
Thanks, Cade. Appreciate it. That was great.
Appreciate it.
Y'all have a good one.
You too. That Kate can call in tomorrow night and say the same thing because that's what we're hearing in the post.
What's this fair weather surge stuff? I don't understand.
They're just saying that, Jay. Hey, I've got to. Eric wants you to explain. I think he said me, but it's Jay. I didn't pick
explain why.
Your pick.
There is no explanation, Eric. It's a dumb pick. I mean, there's no reason for it. It's basically me saying, get some positivity. Maybe they can win a game. I don't know. It's just baffling to me that this team is this bad offensively and can't beat South Carolina at home, which South Carolina has no offense either. It's a game OU should win at home. It's ridiculous if they don't win it. It's absolutely pathetic if they don't score enough points to win this game. And I'm just going to pick them. I don't know why.
So,
I already said it. I don't know why I'm picking them. Okay. There's no reason. Nothing tells me that they're going to be better offensively. I don't know, Eric. It's just a crazy pick.
Let me ask all the people in the chat. And by the way, I'm picking South Carolina 19-16, but let me ask all the people in the chat. If OU wins tomorrow, you're going to be impressed? Because you're saying they're not going to win. So would you be impressed if they win? That's what I'm curious on.
If they won by 30 points, I'd be impressed. If they barely win, I mean, they should beat South Carolina.
Well,
OU should beat South Carolina at home.
Should be. Craig says he'd be impressed. Depends on how they play. Yeah, that's a lot to it. I was going to get to something. Does Devon Mitchell and Burks play? I hope both of them play. I know Jay's sick of me talking about Devon Mitchell.
So sick of the Devon Mitchell, Germ. Well, and maybe he does, but I don't know that. I have no clue. I have no clue, Germ. And by the way, sorry, I changed. I was hitting at the same time. Could you goated? Yes. Absolutely. If it starts, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say this hot take right now. If Oklahoma goes out there and goes 3-and-out first, booze. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. And Jay, you know what would be hilarious? OU wins the toss and they say, we're going to show them our offense is back. Let's take the ball.
They're not taking the ball.
No, and then go 3-and-out. Why are they hiding Devon? I don't know. I've been saying it all year. Play him. Play the man. What's he going to do worse? Run by a guy like Bauer Sharp? Not touch the guy you're blocking?
Colby says whiteout means we surrender. Thrown in the towel.
That is interesting. They're doing a whiteout this week.
Matt, you're not wrong. Right now, tight end room's bad. It's bad.
What is the score in the Oregon game now? It was 21-0.
I don't care. They're playing. Who are they playing?
Yeah, Purdue. They're playing Purdue. Someone brought it up here. So I was
Who cares?
28-0.
South Carolina is not that good. They're not. Their offense is not good at all. And I know they should have beat Bama last week. I get it. But they also whipped Kentucky, and then they should have beat LSU. They've been in every game, have they not? But I still don't think they're that good. They just don't have an offense, just like Oklahoma. That's why I don't know. I don't know why I'm picking OU, just because it's at home and it's homecoming, I guess. I don't know. You know what? When you schedule homecoming, what's the number one reason you schedule the game when you do?
So you can beat that team.
Usually you schedule homecoming and it's a game you know you're going to win. It almost always happens. So they did this. They should win this game. They're probably not going to.
Wait, so what? Jason knows a hot take on Deion Burks or what, Jeremy?
I don't know what you're asking there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't have a hot take. Here's my logical take. How about that? You play the guy who's 6'4", 6'5", 280. Okay? That's not a hot take. It's a logical take. I don't care if he's 17 or 7. I don't care if it's baby Grunk. If he's on campus and he's one of your better athletes and the other guy in front of him is doing nothing, I bench the guy that's doing nothing for a few plays, and I bring in the young guy who's 6'5", 280. I throw a tight end screen to him and just see what he can do. How about that?
Hey,
golly, this isn't rocket science. It's a logical take.
Hey, I saw a couple of people post about the Burks and Anderson rumor. I'm not going to address any rumors. I'm not even going to call rumors, okay? Until somebody's not on the team, they're on the team. And flat out, I think it's kind of ridiculous it's even brought up that, quote, people are quitting. I mean, come on.
Jay.
What?
Thanks, Jay.
For what?
Reporting that.
I didn't report anything.
For getting on that. I'm saying get on top of it. Thanks.
I'm confused. I'm confused.
Anderson, look, it's like this. Anderson,
I'm confused.
transferred. His brother's, hey, isn't his brother part of the NIL committee? What's Rodney Anderson's role?
I don't really know what his role is, to be honest with you.
Hunter, tell me what Rodney Anderson's role is. It's not true. He's not going to leave when his brother's on the NIL committee or staff or whatever it is.
Hey, listen, I'm not going to address any rumors of anybody not being on the team until Brent Venables or somebody says they're not on the team. They're on the team. I just don't even. I don't know what's it going to do. Us talking about, we don't know. We don't go to practices. We don't go to.
He's the Soul Mission ambassador. I also thought he had some NIL deal there.
I don't know. I'm not someone to spread rumors on here, so I'm not going to.
Hey, here's the problem, Platin 20. Joe John Finley's coaching him. That's the problem. I mean, that's who's coaching the tight ends. I'm not high on Joe John Finley personally. Me personally. I'm not. I know he played tight end here. He was pretty good tight end, but I haven't seen that he can recruit or coach. And the fact of the matter is you bring a guy like Devon Mitchell in. I get he's behind. The game's so fast for him. He just isn't ready. Blah, blah, blah. He was also, according to the head ball coach, the scout team player of the week, which means if you're the scout team player of the week, then I think you're probably turning eyes. Right?
I don't know. I don't go to practice.
Jay, if you're the scout team player of the week, when you say that, you'd have to kind of translate that to,
Germ,
wow, he's kind of impressing.
Let me say this. What I know from this, it seems like maybe that sometimes that this staff talks about guys that we don't know if that's true. I don't know they talk a lot of guys up that are really good that you don't get to see play. So I don't believe it. I don't know.
Yeah, miserable trolls trying to spread that. Hey.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it that I've seen it on plays. It's ridiculous. It's silly. Just
why would you preserve the red shirt? You're at a point in the season. You need to see what you got. Lone says double tight end tomorrow, power all day long, and just run the ball. Maybe.
I don't like the whole preserve redshirt. I don't like the reasoning behind it. We've been down this road before. We don't need to talk about it again. But start the scout team. The hub says.
Who was the tight end? Josh Fanu, Jay? Where'd he go?
I don't know. I think he left the team, but Cade McIntyre's out. So if you're going to go to a third tight end, it's either going to be Helms or Mitchell.
What about Caden Helms? Like, is he?
Hey, Colby, real quick, Colby. Emmett Jones has never called a play in his life, has he?
No,
I mean,
hasn't. We got the phone lines open. Give us a call. Give us a take. Drop it in the chat or call us live. Love to chat with you tonight. Yeah, he could block. Fanu could block.
talking about Gavin from you know what's crazy? He transferred, went to OSU. He's not playing hardly at all over there.
That's because they have Presley.
Why was he playing at OU?
How was he playing? They got dudes, man.
But he was playing at OU?
Yeah. Jay, they probably could have used him this year.
Well, with all the injuries, yeah.
Absolutely.
Why was he playing over guys like Gibson last year?
Ron, you go into I don't know, Jay. You go into this game, if you watch film, which I don't know. I suppose they do because that's part of preparation. But if you watch film, you're going to see their edges every single time blowing up the field. You've got to have something to negate that, Ron. I agree. What are they going to use to negate it? Well, I got an option for you. One way you negate it, maybe is you run a reverse. Another way you negate it, shovel passes, draws, counters, all kinds of misdirection. We'll see if OU does that.
Hey, Chris, I don't think they're going to be able to block their two outside guys very well. I just don't.
There's Bobby dropping in the end.
I will say this. I think OU gets a defensive touchdown tomorrow. I'm not sold on their quarterback. He's inconsistent, and their offense isn't very good. I think ranked like 92nd. I think OU could get a turnover.
What is
and
Ken talking about?
What?
What is Ken asking? That's ridiculous. StreamYard link pinned at the top. There was something else. Oh, yeah, Emmett. Bobby says Emmett did call plays in high school. Skyline.
Yeah, high school, I know, but not at college level.
I think one thing you got to look for is OU going to quit on defense. That will tell a lot about BVJ.
True.
That will tell a lot about BV. If OU does not win another game, he should be fired. Danny, according.
And that's what Danny's asking.
Because that, to me, if OU loses every game, that would show that he lost the team. I'm not ready to say he's lost the team right now.
I think you'll find out.
I'm not ready to say it.
You'll find out tomorrow in the next week, I think, if they've lost.
You'll find out.
Now, Florida State, I think it's safe to say Florida State's lost the team.
Yeah. Who we got here tonight?
We got Cade back on the line.
What's up, Cade?
Well, since nobody was going to call in, I do have a legit question for y'all.
What's that?
Would y'all be opposed to seeing Sawchuck maybe get more than one or two carries and see if he can get in a groove?
I am not opposed to anything.
I'm not opposed to it.
I'm not opposed to that.
I feel like, yeah, they gave him really one full game, maybe two, and then they kind of gave up on him, won't give him more than one or two carries. I mean, I don't know anybody that could get in a groove doing one or two carries a game.
Yeah.
I just think the way he runs, the way the offensive line's been, it just kind of doesn't mesh very good. Is the only thing I can think of. And honestly, guys, we can go back to a few years ago, Cade. I don't think, if you want to talk about DeMarco Murray, I don't think his substitution pattern and the way he plays running backs has been very fluid at all.
I completely agree. I don't understand his rotations at all.
Yeah, I mean, even last year and the year before, a guy would play the whole game almost, and the next game he wouldn't even play. And like, what's going on? I guess he had a bad week of practice, but yeah, sometimes it's kind of head scratching.
Well, that's kind of what I'm feeling with Sawchuck. I mean, I understand. I mean, Barnes is okay. I mean, he's getting 2 or 3 yards a carry, but like everyone kind of thinks, he just gets what's there. And then Tatum's young. You can't play him as an every down back. So, I mean, Sawchuk's he's a veteran at this point, you could say. I mean, give
Yeah,
him
he
more than
should.
one or two carries and see what he can do.
Yeah, I agree,
I
man.
I
Hey, thanks,
agree. See,
Cade. Appreciate you,
thanks,
buddy.
Cade.
You're
See
welcome.
who else can get in a rhythm. I
Yeah,
think we have
we got
another caller. Hey, I
Colby.
would like. No one's talking about Jacoby Johnson this week. It's kind of hush, isn't it? That kind of
Yeah,
went down quickly. Who we got here?
we got Colby on the line. What's up, Colby?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
how you doing?
Good. How are y'all?
Good,
Great.
good. What's up?
Look, DeMarco Murray he's weird. I don't know why he does that. What the other guy was just talking about. But anyway, we gotta get a new offensive play caller. This guy sets the trail's terrible. He really is. He has 5 plays.
Yeah. Well, and it might be a different 5 plays next week. The scheme is not very good. It's just not from what I've watched. So I don't know.
Colby, what would you like to see schematically early on in the game tomorrow? Like, if you're going to script 5 to 10 plays, what would you like to see?
Well, I think we aired it out. We haven't aired it out all season. Michael Hawkins can throw. I mean, but there's nobody running down the field to throw to. And if there is, he misses the read. So I don't know. Maybe run the ball, then run play action.
I agree, Colby. And here's what I would say. Here's the problem. I agree, air it out. But you can't air it out when all the coaches are in the ears of the quarterback saying, hey, that's fine. We're going to call a pass play, but if it's not there, take off and run. Hey, if it's not there, tuck it under. That's part of the issue.
Yeah, I agree. The coaches need to just be quiet and let them do what they do. Because that new microphone thing. Yeah, exactly.
I agree, Colby. Hey, thanks for the call, man.
Thanks, buddy. Later.
Yep, see you. Hey, that's right. He's got 5 plays, 1 on each finger. After that hand goes to the fist, it's 4th down. Look, this is his other call. 4th down, punt, Luke Elzinga. Luke Elzinga. There's our play call. Jeez. I thought that was funny. Yeah, we need to get some more Sooner Surge merchandise, Selene. We need to get that. Now, you can support our channel by supers or by the PayPal link. Maybe Hunter can drop that in there if he gets a chance, or by becoming a member. But yeah, we're working on getting some more gear, Sooner Surge merch soon. Thanks, Selene, for your support. Appreciate it. Luke is the best player on the team, Grey God says. Air it out. Let it rip. Tomorrow they should go to Hawkins before the game and say, Mike, we're going to throw the ball 40 times today. And if you throw a pick, who cares? You go be you. That's not what they've done. They haven't done with Hawkins. They didn't do it with Arnold. They didn't let either quarterback just be themselves. They were in their ear all the time trying to control how they played. You cannot do that. Hey, Ron, will you tell Don Gilbert hi back for me? Thanks, Ron. I haven't talked to Don Gilbert in a long time. Please tell him I'm happy he's doing all right. Let me know if there's anything I can do for him. Lone All-American will be Luke Elzinga. That's right. We did. Not only did we invent the backward pass, we reinvented it. We reinvented the backward pass, Danny. OU's worried about softball. Josie only cares about women's sports. Okay, I don't think that's true. But Mark should be listed on Fanatics. I'm missing something there. It was asking too much of BV to build a defense to carry the team. OU just cannot land the guys it takes to be elite on defense. I think OU is really, really – I think OU is good defensively. I think they're good enough at this point to be 5-1 probably. Their offense has no complementariness to it, okay? Period. Ron, I've given my thoughts on BV almost every single night this week. If they go 5-7 or worse, he should be gone. If they go 7-5 and he doesn't make a change on offense, he should be gone. I personally don't think either one of those are happening. And if you said right now, has he shown us? No, he hasn't shown us that he's head coach material yet. I'll have to see what else happens. I don't know. They're better than average on defense, Ron. You can sit there and say they're average, but that's a bad take. Okay? I'm not going to keep answering the same question over and over again. Hey, call on in, Ron. Call in. I'll talk to you about it. BV has a $44 million buyout. That's a fact. Thanks, Joe C. Appreciate that. I think we either lost Jay or he's not on here.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, is that right? That buyout, is that buyout the right amount?
I have no idea, Jay.
That seems extremely high.
We haven't done as well since the trumpet went bye-bye. The offense went kaput when the trumpet went down. He said he heard it today, Jay. He'll find the source.
Okay, that'd be great. Find the source. That just seems very high. But
yeah, but Bobby says with the new one, he doesn't have a buyout because they just redid it last year at the end of the season last year.
I just find that hard to believe that they would give him that high of a buyout. I mean, why?
Yeah, I don't know. Tom Brady for OC? No, I'd rather have Tony Romo than Tom Brady. Tony Romo predicts the plays before they happen. Tom Brady's got a lot of airtime that's just dead. We're talking about anything and everything. Don Gilbert, lots of other things. Yeah, but Clayton says Bobby is right. There's no buyout in the new one. That was the old one. Appreciate that. Illinois head coach, Jay, what do you think of him?
Are you talking about the guy, Brent Bielema?
I believe he's their head coach.
No
Jay.
shot. No. Yeah, I mean, he's okay for a Big Ten school. I wouldn't want Brent Bielema.
Hunter said, I don't know why he would sign a contract with no buyout. Yeah, that wouldn't be smart on BV's part. Monty says it's 30.6 mil.
Hey, can we get to Chuck's comment? How did we get here,
Jay.
German Jay? How did we get here, Germ?
Well, I walked in this door and I sat down in this chair.
You know what I'm talking about. You know what he's talking about.
It's a combination of things, Jay. He made a really bad hire. They lost Levy. He made a really bad hire, and they've had tons of injuries, and they didn't use NIL money correctly in the offseason. There you go. That's how we got here from 10-2 last year.
Yeah, and Jerry, Seth's salary is $1.1 million. $1.1 million.
Yep, for 5 plays, as Colby said. Ron says, what's more important tomorrow? 250 yards passing or 170? Man, I'm going to say 175 yards rushing.
I'm gonna disagree. I say the passing. They got to get some plays down the field. They will not win this game if they can't get explosive plays. But right now, nothing tells me they're going to get explosive plays. I don't know. I have never, and I'm trying to think back. Maybe, Jeremy, you can try to think back. The last home game that you went into as an Oklahoma fan against a mid-program that you felt like would be a tough game to win. I'll wait.
There hasn't been many, Jay. Although, I mean, Baylor 2022. Yeah, that's a good one. Hunter says, "Hey, they're rumors, Sooner Freak. Let's stop with the rumors." Hey, Jay, what was BV's relationship with Levy before hiring him? Did he know him well, or did BV actually go out and recruit him? No, he knew him. They had a relationship.
Yeah, he was the guy from day one that Brent Venables was going to bring in as the OC. I mean, that was
on staff together.
That was kind of a given. But I said it last night, and I'll say it again. And I think anybody on here that in their professional career, if you go make a hire to a friend or to somebody you know, the ability to get rid of that person is harder. There's feelings involved. You don't want in fact, I don't think you see things clearly. You don't see that the offense is this bad sometimes if you know the guy calling the plays real well and you're friends with him. I just think it gives you a blinded look at a lot of things, Germ.
I agree, and I agree with William Washington, W squared here. This is a W comment by W squared. I think it's the biggest problem. I think it's bigger than Seth Luttrell, Jay. I know you're going to argue with me. Jay, it doesn't matter what play you call if the line can't block.
It's not a bigger problem than Seth Luttrell, but it's not good. I would agree with you. It's not good. Hey, wait a second. Greg God, Keltner's out now tomorrow? What is the deal?
It's like that?
It's like every other week.
Did another appendicitis come back after getting appendix removed? Hunter confirmed that. Eric agrees with me about the O-line, Jay.
Cool, Germ. I don't.
Okay, I'm just
there. Hey, I think the O-line has been a big part of the problem, but I cannot say it's a bigger problem than Seth Luttrell. And the reason I say that is I think that the O-line was still pretty good. I just don't know if Seth Luttrell's preparing the offense enough preparing quarterbacks, preparing the whole offense enough to make plays. That's just my opinion.
I agree the preparation is bad. Ron says Burks is out. Well, I think Ron I don't know what to believe with Ron, but I don't expect Burks to play tomorrow.
Hey, real quick, I want to answer Jay Johnson's question. He's put it in there a couple times. He's done it
every night, dude.
Hey, previous lives, the Joe C stuff. Here's what I would say. If you took just the football program and this hire, I mean, you can't put everything on that. Listen, they are in the SEC. Joe C had a pivotal part of them getting to the SEC, in my opinion. Joe C does a lot as far as the whole Oklahoma sports programs, all of it. You can't just, and I agree, somebody put in earlier that the moneymaker is football. I get it. But he's been pretty good in his career at making hires. Pretty good. So
the blatant 20 is a doctor, and they restrict athletes 2 to 3 weeks after the appendix removed. Now, I guess the only thing is he's a kicker. Maybe that's a little different, but you still have that range of motion that's near that area. But he kicked last week, so I don't understand that. Someone confirm on if Keltner's out, because I know Greg God said he'd put it in the Discord, and I can read that after we get off here. But
hey, Jimmy, the basketball hire, yes, they have not made an NCAA tournament. Hasn't been good. I know Jeremy will come at me for this. I like Porter Moser. They've been in a killer. Stop, Jerm. They've been in a killer conference. He's had a great recruiting class this year and portal. If he doesn't make it this year, they got to make the move, Jerm. But he might turn it around this year. We'll see.
They're not one of the top 65 basketball programs since Porter Moser has come on staff. Not 1 year have they been top 65. Actually, is it 70 now that make it? Heck, they may go to 128 and they still not make it. Fanstop said, seen on another. Greg God said Thune made it seem like a practice injury. Seen it on another side. I don't know, but hey, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter because you still got to get in field goal range. And Schmidt was okay when he's kicked, so that's not to me that's not even a significant injury at all.
Joe C hired Porter. Joe C hired Brent Venables. Okay, hey Jay Johnson, I don't disagree with you on maybe a couple of the hires aren't going to pan out. I do not disagree with you on that. But I think if you pulled 100 people in college athletics and asked that question, should you fire Joe C? 0 would say fire him. I think it's that high.
Yeah, I agree, Jay. Michael, I agree, and I think there was a little bit of frustration that set in on last Saturday's game on the defense. They can't do that. They've got to continue to play the whole time. And I agree, Johnny. He's recruiting like crazy now. Now can he keep the guys? That's the thing. There's our nightly Kel Gundy take. So
hey, phone lines are open. You want to call in, make a comment, phone lines are open. Make sure you also get off this live tonight. Go check out the FanStop, www.thefanstop.com. When you get there, use code SURGE. You get 10% off your first 3 months. I'm telling you, the November and December shirts, I've already seen them. Got a little early access to them. They're unbelievable. Get signed up for it. Phone lines are open. Link is in the description. Link is actually pinned on this chat. So make sure you get on there. Give us a holler. Let's talk some ball.
And you need to order it by the 20th, Shirt of the Month Club, to get the November shirt. Order it by the 20th, which is Sunday. Okay. They had a players only meeting. What a joke. You know, Jay Johnson, I don't know how that's a joke that guys want to step up. I mean, that's a bad comment.
Jerm, I kind of a little bit agree. I don't want to, I wouldn't say it's a joke.
You can say it's not going to be, it's not going to have an impact. Fine. But to say it's a joke is ridiculous.
Well, here's my opinions of player only meeting. You ready for it?
Yeah.
Usually when it comes out that you had a players only meeting, it's after bad things have happened.
Correct.
To me, I think the good teams have player only meetings all the time, and it's just not talked about. But and maybe OU has, but if it's talked about now that they had a player, I think a lot of that too is kind of media driven sometimes. Oh, they had a players only meeting. And look what's going to happen this week. I think they have players only meeting all the freaking year on most of these squads. Hey, Michael, appreciate you. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the comment.
Yeah, appreciate that. And Jay, I'm just asking if you think it's a joke. I don't think it's a joke. Yeah, sure. You can have your take that they didn't want that it's not going to impact the team, but I'm all for it. Tomorrow's a whiteout.
I'm for it.
Tomorrow's a whiteout. It's not waiving the surrender, but it's going to be all white. So there we go.
Chris says you only have them when things go wrong and nothing. I think there's sometimes that you get good things that come from them. I think probably it just it'll get you in the moment to be really hyped up and really focused. But when you take it to the field, it's just like getting hyped up before a game. When you get in between the white lines, nothing matters except how you play and how you execute.
Clyde, it doesn't matter if you have a fullback. If the scheme doesn't call for one, it's not going to matter. Eric says OU's just not about winning championships anymore. They're not about it.
Hey, and guys, I had to run an errand. That's why my camera's off. So that's it. I'm still on here though.
Softball, diamond, gymnastics. I'm thinking Eric's saying football, but I think the hard word there is about. Like, I don't think what you mean, Eric, is that they're not going to try to win them. I think what you're saying is they're just not about it because they're not good enough yet. They're not in the talk yet.
Softball is.
Well, yeah, but we're not talking about softball, Jay. It's
gymnastics is.
College football game, Jay.
Well, that's true.
I'm not talking softball tonight.
Here's the thing. Jay Johnson says on life support. I don't think, if you'd have told me before the year that they're 4-2 right now, I think most fans would say that's not good. But I don't think most fans would be acting the way they are now, and me included. It's the way they've looked at 4-2 because it doesn't look like, other than Maine, it doesn't look like there's a game on the schedule that you're like, oh, that's an easy dub. That's a win. I mean, it looks like this could be a very long year. So, I don't know. It's disappointing. It's not the season so far that people wanted, specifically offensively. You know what? I fell for it. Hook, line, sinker. I fell for the Seth Luttrell hire as being a great hire. Him and Bill Beatenbow, the relationship they had, the running game, how much better it would be, the quarterbacks. You got Jackson Arnold. I fell for it. Hook, line, sinker. Okay.
Hey, let me get to Iowa Sooner. History of the Sooner Surge. Well, these live shows haven't even been going a year, Jay. Do you realize October 31st marks the year anniversary of the live shows? Now, we did some videos a little bit before that, but we can do a video on the history of the Sooner Surge sometime. We don't want to talk a lot about it because we're not here to talk about ourselves a lot. Yep, both of us did. Yep, you were right. Absolutely was. I was wrong.
Hey, Sooner Cowboys brings up a great question. We need to start doing, you know what? We need to start doing a caller of the night or a question of the night and do something around that, because this is a great question. Ask yourself this question: what is BV's best win outside of Texas since he has been at OU in 3 years?
That's it, Jay. Outside of maybe, I mean, they beat OSU once, right? Once out of 2 years.
At home.
The road win against Nebraska, Chester says, that's when everyone said this team's it, but that ends up not being that great of a win. I mean, the Texas win is it, Jay.
Yeah, and look at this stat Jason drops in here. That's just, it's unacceptable at Oklahoma, Germ. Unacceptable. Auburn might be the, could be Auburn other than Texas.
It's bad, Jay. They've beaten bad football teams. Haven't really beaten any good ones. Auburn on the road, people are saying. Jay, it's not good. Tomorrow they've got to somehow get the ship. The ship's in the water. It's got holes all in it. It's sinking. They've got to figure out how to get the water out of the boat, repatch the holes, and get the thing going in the right direction. I don't know if it's doable or not.
Yeah, and hey, this is a great comment too from Johnny. He's comparing him to the Riley, recruiting heavy on defense and forgot about offense. I will say this. He's recruited some they've gotten pretty good guys on offense. I think when you look at the rankings, now they haven't panned out yet offensively. They haven't panned out. I think this is third year of Brent Venables. I think Brent Venables has made two massive mistakes. Massive. Three massive mistakes. Here they are. And I think this, in my opinion, is what Brent Venables is why they're at where they are right now. You ready? These three reasons is why they are right now. The Ted Roof hire when he came over. That's one. The Seth Luttrell hire at OC. And then the Dylan Gabriel. And I know a lot of people think, well, Dylan Gabriel was going to go because he was getting more money. They should have found a way to keep Dylan Gabriel at what all cost. And they
matter.
haven't.
I don't know why we talk. You tell me why are we talking about it, and here you are.
I'm bringing it up because I'm telling you, I think that's why they're in the position they're in. Those three things. Two bad hires, Jerm. Two bad hires.
The hires is the reason. I'm not going to say that. I don't like it when you use the word clown, honestly, Ron. I'm just going to say that. Please imply your meaning of clown. I guess that's kind of what I'd be listening for. Listening for the preview, I've only heard they've only had 3 losing seasons since World War II. Yeah, crazy stat. Crazy stat, and they're on the verge of one if they lose tomorrow. Absolutely is. BV ran off Caleb Williams and DG.
Well, he didn't run off Caleb. Caleb was going wherever Lincoln went. Caleb was just like a little puppy dog for Lincoln. If he would have went to Duke, he would have been there at Duke with him. Okay?
Ron, I'm not banning you. I've heard you want it out. I'm not banning you. I heard you want it out. No, but I'm not banning you. Someone said Rangel for OSU is better than anyone we got. He threw a pick 6, I just heard, I thought.
Hey, I said it earlier. I'm picking OU to win this game tomorrow. I am, and I'm not sitting there saying that's going to change your season in a trajectory that's going to give them 8-9 wins, anything like that. But I am saying that I think they find a way to somehow win tomorrow. I don't know. Eric asked earlier, what's the reasoning I'm doing that? There isn't a real reason, guys. It's just me feeling like OU's going to come up and rise up and get a victory tomorrow. That's it. I think they win 20-13. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I've been wrong so much, it doesn't matter. I picked OU against OU the last 3 weeks. So I'm going to change it. I'm going to pick OU this week.
Trust your eyes, Jay. They've told you who they are. The truth is, you can't say BV doesn't understand offense. How is he signing off? And that's the big thing, John. Jay has mentioned this. For a guy who knows defense and spent his entire life scheming against offenses, surely he would know this isn't going to work against Texas. This isn't going to work against Auburn. Like, I don't get it. Ron says the entire O-line, except one guy or guys from the portal, they missed on the portal. And the fact they didn't pay out for O-linemen, but they paid for other positions is ridiculous. Bobby says, I'm picking OU. No touchdown scored. I just think we'll get a couple more field goals. It does seem like the Nate Hibble years. It does seem like it. I'm glad it's an early game, so I don't have to wait all day for this pathetic offense. Yeah, I'm glad it's early as well. Absolutely am. And Ron, I never said anything about banning you, so I don't know why you're saying that in the comments. I just asked what you meant by clown, what it means.
Hey, I got a trivia question. I don't know the answer to it.
Jay, I can kind of see you. Where are you? In a Walmart parking
lot?
Hey,
you see that? You like that? I am. I'm in the parking lot. Hey, real quick, I got a trivia question. I don't know if I know the answer. Maybe I'm going to throw Hunter one here. Maybe you can look it up. The last time OU goes back-to-back games without scoring a touchdown.
Man, I don't know. John Blake error, like Ron said, is what I would say.
Yeah, I'm putting you on the spot, Hunter. I'll give you time to look it up, bud. Sorry about that. It just came to my head during this chat.
I've got 2004, 1998. Man, there's a lot, Jay.
And Hunter, you may not be able to find it. I just thought it was kind of a. I just can't believe that would happen tomorrow.
Most likely.
I can't believe that it would happen.
That was the Blake years. Bobby says 98, so I'm going to trust that's probably close, Jay. That was Brandon Daniels' year. Surely I think there were a couple games they didn't.
2011, 95.
We got AI with this, with Hunter. Jay, that's a question that I don't know. So, Okie Lawn Guy says he's more excited to watch his son's youth football game than OU tomorrow. Yeah, who was the quarterback when they played Arkansas in that bowl game, Cotton Bowl? Was that Hibble? Hibble played against Washington State in the bowl game. Paul Thompson maybe's year when they played Arkansas. But Jay asked 2 straight games. Cody says BV thought Seth was better than he actually is and gave him free reign over the offense. He's got to go back and pay some money for a top name now. Yeah, when you fire Seth Luttrell, you got to go get a big name, period.
Well, Jeremy, you got to, when you make that move, you kind of already got to know who you're going to get, I think.
Yeah.
And maybe who's available is when you make the move on the trail. I don't know, man.
Jay, what's the slate look like tomorrow? Here's the deal. I'm going to be at the game. My wife, kids, we're all going to the game. We're going to be there'll be a pregame live. We'll drop our game time in the morning at 7 a.m. We will have a pregame live before the game. And then immediately following the game, when the clock goes to 0, Jay will start the postgame live. And then we'll also have our regular 9:30 show tomorrow night with all calls. Tomorrow night will be call in and let us have it, okay? I won't be wearing black. I'll be in the whiteout, okay? You got anything to add, Jay?
No, that sounds about right. I will say, yeah, we'll do the instant reaction after the game. Get chat going in the comments, and then 9:30 we'll have it open for callers. I think is the best way to do it tomorrow. And it could be ugly. It could be, you know what? The only way it's probably not ugly is if OU wins handily. I think if OU goes out there and wins the game and still struggles offensively, it's going to be more of the same stuff. Something has to change. Will it?
I don't know, but Jay, Fanstop says it'll be interesting. Fanstop says it'll be interesting to see if the offensive coaches seem to be coaching for their jobs. I agree. It will be. And I, for one, would love to see Seth Luttrell down on the field. I just some kind of change. Something. Here's the answer.
Hunter got it. Of
1998.
course he did. Of course Hunter found it.
And Bobby got it, and I think someone else said it first.
Oh.
We'll see.
1998.
Listen,
wow.
yeah. Appreciate everyone. If the offense looks good, does the narrative change? I guess that would be how different it looks.
No, because hey, even I don't even know the word, the phrase. Jeremy will know it, but even a squirrel finds its. I mean, what's that saying?
Even a blind squirrel finds a nut, Jay.
Yeah. Okay. So that could happen one time, but can it happen more than once in a couple of games? That's what I would have to see. Tomorrow, if they come out there and score 20 or 30 points, I'll give them a hand. I'll clap. I'll say that's great. Hey, they got the W. It's great stuff. But I need to see it more than once, I think, to say things are changing.
I'll wait for an answer from Eric before I get off here, because Eric says it's a lose-lose game. If OU wins and wins by 20, how's that a loss? I'm curious what you mean by that. I think what you're meaning is it's lose-lose because it's South Carolina, and now you got to keep BV longer. I think.
No, I think he means it's a lose-lose game. It's a game before the season you should win. So, but everyone thinks you should win it, and then
you're
if you
also
win
5-2.
Yeah, that's true. But
so we'll see what happens. It'll be here before you know it. 11:45 kick. Check out the Fan Stop at thefanstop.com. Order your Shirt of the Month Club. You can do the premium package. They got hoodies coming up. You won't be disappointed. Appreciate everyone who's been on here. Thanks to the callers who called in tonight. And we will have a full day tomorrow. You don't need to go anywhere else. Sit here, subscribe to the Sooner Surge, and you will be here. And we'll be here a few times tomorrow. So we'll catch you later. Thanks for watching.